Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Here to do my melts for the week, so my empties first, then my unempties. I'm very tired, it's quite late on Saturday night. We've had a very big day. We went out, we took my son to see Monster Trucks and Monster Jam because it's the first time he's been able to see them. He's as obsessed with Monster Trucks. And this is the first time they've been back in Australia since the pandemic started, so we did that with a friend, and then he had a bit of a park play, and then we had dinner in the city, and then we had massive public transport dramas and a trip that should have taken maybe 50 minutes to an hour. It ended up taking about 2.5 hours. So yeah, long evening. So if I seem just tired, that's why it is. So let's, I guess, get stuck straight into what I have here. So empties, I have Wise Man from Villainous Wax. So this is Spicy Lord of Misrule type, charred sandalwood and smoke. This was nice. I actually don't get a lot of recognizable Lord of Misrule. You know, Lord of Misrule is a very distinct scent to me, and I mean, I can tell it's in here, but it's definitely, Lord of Misrule blends, you usually know it's there. This one, I feel like there's much more of a, I feel like there's a smoked vanilla and a charred wood and almost like a potpourri kind of note. So it's nice, and it threw quite well. I don't know if it's a repurchase, but I liked it. It just didn't like really kind of, you know, grab me, but it was good. Southbound Cozy Vibes. So this is vanilla sugar, vanilla orchid, cedarwood, smooth musk, vanilla, sandalwood, and rich amber. I really like this scent. It really reminded me of something. It really reminds me, I'd have to pull it out to see if it smells the same, but I think it's tobacco leaf and amber. So from K, I think it's a single oil though. This has that same kind of sweetened amber-like tone that has. So maybe this has that in it as a blend, or maybe it's just coincidence, but it really reminds me of that. And I really enjoy sweet blends like that. Like, it's a bit smoky, a bit earthy, a bit woodsy, but with a really beautiful sweetness to it. So I did really enjoy this. I got really good throw from it. I would get it again. I don't need big quantities of it, but I would get it again. Pumpkin Parcel, the Rains are here. I think are here. This one I think has got a different name. This is something I've done as a custom a couple of times now, but I think it might be on the website now. It's a mix of 3 different rain oils. I can't actually remember. I think it's got Tropical Rain, Coconut Rain, and something else. I think I basically just picked 3 of the different rain oils that she offered. It's really good. It's got like a little bit of fruitiness. It's quite fresh. And it's very distinctly rain. So it's a really good combo. It throws pretty well. I would do this one again. In fact, I'm a bit annoyed at myself because I did just place an order last week. I wanted to get a couple of new warmers. And she sells warmers. She sells the old school Glade ones. And I did a few scoops of a few scents that I've really been wanting, like old customs and things like that. And I should have gotten some of that one as well because I do really enjoy it. But anyway. Super Tarts Mary. So this is pink cranberries, whipped cream, and waffle cone. So I actually enjoyed this one more than I have previously. Previous melts, it reminds me a lot of Harley Quinn, or I don't know what it's called now, but what used to be Harley Quinn, which had pink sugar, maybe blackberry and waffle cone. I can't remember if it had the blackberry or not, but anyway. The waffle cone, and I'm sure the pink cranberries has to be pink sugar cranberries. Like, it smells so much like it has pink sugar in it. I would fall over if there's no pink sugar in this scent. But I feel like this time around I get more of the cranberries. It's still not like super strong. It's still not a very strong cranberry scent by any means, but I just get a little bit more of a sweet and a tart note to it. So I actually quite enjoyed it this time around, more than I have on previous melts. I still don't think it's a repurchase, and in fact, I'm pretty sure it was in the Chris Melts list that she did the other week. I ordered from it, but I didn't order this scent. But I am enjoying it. it kind of just makes me think that I need to get Harley Quinn again because I do enjoy that scent as well. And it throws quite well. Super Tarts Jolly St. Nick. So this is Snow Frosted Sandalwood, Sweet Cranberries and Silver Birch. So I love this one. It has that, I think it's Silver Birch and Vetiver, the oil, which I just love. It's just this amazing, unique, crisp, but kind of sweetened scent. It reminds me a little bit of vanilla balsam. Like, it's obviously vanilla balsam is balsam-like, and Silver Birch and Vetiver has a birch lean, but there's something about the two of them that just they appeal to me for similar reasons. But I really like this one. Again, the cranberry is not strong, but just a little bit of a pop there, a little bit of woodiness. It's one of my favorite scents. I always get good performance from it. I hope I've got more. I have to check my backup tub to see if I've got more of that. I think I ordered one clam in the Chris Melts pre-order, but I need to always have that one in the house. It always performs well too. Southbound Blueberry Pecan Waffles. So this is Blueberry Pecan Waffles covered in maple syrup and brown sugar. It's okay. It's just a little bit sickly for me. Like, I've had a few blueberry pecan waffle scents, and to be honest, most of them do come over to be a little bit too sickly strong. Like, you just take blueberry, which is quite sweet, and pumpkin pecan waffles, and yeah. Unless you have sort of a different bakery in there kind of moderating it, it is a bit sweet. I have had, however, at least one, possibly more blueberry pumpkin pecan waffle combos that weren't that sweet. Dessa's is one that comes to mind that I really enjoy. So it was good, but it's not great. I prefer Dessa's. Throws quite strongly, but I don't need to get that one again. Sorry, I'm distracted. I think my hair, yeah, it's got like a, hang on, I need to fix that. I do not have the energy to fix it properly. It's just because I had, you know, noise cancelling things on my head, and it just, I kept pulling it on and off, and it, you know, and I'm just too tight. Like, it's been a day. I probably should have left this video until tomorrow, but I know that that's really hard for me to film videos on Sundays. Savage from Pumpkin Parcel. So this is, I guess, that cologne type. It's always really hard for me with, knocking things over. It's really hard for me with cologne type scents, because some of them I really enjoy, and some of them they just smell so much like a nasty, like a men's body spray, just with that, all of that kind of aerosol metallic kind of, just that. And I can't tell from the notes what ones will be good and what ones won't, because to me a lot of masculine scents, they don't really smell like the notes. But anyway, so I often avoid a lot of very like specifically cologne type scents because I just think that I'm not going to enjoy them. But this one I do really like. I feel like there's a slight leather to it. But yeah, it's quite nice. It doesn't have that cheap cologne sort of thing going on, or the cheap body spray sort of thing going on. It's really good. This performed pretty well. I would get it again because it is nice to be able to get a scent like that locally, and I might blend with it as well. Alright, now bags. So I have Tea Time Tarts Mr. Tin Man. So this is Steel Sugar, Blue Sugar and Oud Wood. I do like this one a lot. I love anything with steel sugar, really. And this one blends really nicely with the blue sugar. It was a really good combo. It threw pretty well. I possibly would get it again. I think I have a whole nother stroop full of it though. So we'll see how I go with that one. Stroop waffle. I can't remember what they're called. As in what Tea Time Tarts calls them. Beautiful Disaster. So this is Pink Sugar Palo Santo White Birch Smoked Vanilla. So this is a scent I've enjoyed. I don't remember it melting this time around though, I have to admit. It smells really good though. She does good blends with the white birch and smoked vanilla. I don't get a lot of pink sugar in the bag, and yeah, I really don't remember it melting, so I can't really say how it did, but I know it was a good blend. Empire Alchemy Scarecrow. So this is charred hay bales, wood fire, smoked berries, and autumn air. I love this scent. This one is so good. She has this amazing way with smoky scents, especially with like berry notes. And like it's not like a fresh berry. It says smoked berries, and it doesn't smell like a super fresh berry, but it's still there's like a sort of fruitiness to it, but it's just smoky and complex and so good. And this one throws pretty well for me as well, so I would get this one again. Although I don't know, I've got 2 Empire Alchemy orders sitting at the forwarder at the moment. There was one pre-order and one ready to ship. And I can't remember, if this had been on the website, I would have picked it up. So I can't remember if it was or if it wasn't. This is obviously an autumn scent, so it's something to be pouring at the moment. If it does pop up, I'm probably not doing another Empire Alchemy order this year, because 2 is a fair bit for a vendor that I melt sometimes, right? So, you know, but I do want more of that scent, so. Caramel Apple Pumpkin Pecan Waffles. Today is October 3rd from L3. I feel like I talked about and melted this last... No, I did melt this week. Maybe I did it this week and last week. Anyway, I really enjoy it. I love her caramel apple. It smells so good with the pumpkin pecan waffles. I don't get much. Today is October 3rd from it. Like maybe a slight smokiness, but really to me this is caramel apple and pumpkin pecan waffles. So it's really good. It throws really well. I really enjoy it. Empire Alchemy Soft Focus. So this is Cardamom Spiced Peaches, Merlot, Wild Madagascar Vanilla. So I've enjoyed this scent before. In fact, I had it in like a sampler, and then I ordered this because I enjoyed it. I did not like this time around, and I don't know what happened, because even smelling the bag now smells really good. What I smell is Merlot with a slight touch of peach and a little bit of spice. It's a really warm kind of Merlot scent, but melting it yesterday, it smelled like a really sour peach. I don't know why it hasn't done that to me before, so I feel like maybe it was just my nose yesterday specifically, but it smelled like a really off-sour, like boozy peach, and I did not like it. So I don't know what happened. I probably wouldn't get it again, even though it throws quite strongly. But yeah, previously I've enjoyed it, so. Stud from the Pharmacist's Daughter. So this is London Fog Perfect Man and Fierce. So this one I don't love that much. I really love the cologne Fierce, so I was hoping that would come through a lot, but I can't smell it. I can smell London Fog, which it's hard to describe, but it does smell kind of foggy, and then there's kind of a masculine note that I don't love. So this one, not a favourite. It throws pretty well, but I wouldn't get that one again. Alright, that is all of the empties. Let me see what I can do with them to make some more space for the unempties. I can drop them everywhere. That's what I can do. Just give me a sec. Okay, so Southbound Winter Palace. Pink sugar plums, dark cherries, sweet oranges with peppery woody undertones. I freaking love this scent. This scent is incredible. This is, I think, the 2nd or 3rd clamshell I've had of it now. And it just always blows my mind how complex and amazing this scent is. Like, her pink sugar, so to start with Southbound pink sugar, there's this kind of sweeter, preppier pink sugar version out there, which hers is, and that's the version I like. It's a bit more upbeat. The other ones are a bit more cologne-y and musky. But then there is definitely everything there that's listed. So all of those fruits, but it's not a heavy cherry-like scent. It just adds a bit of depth. And there's definitely, like, peppery woody undertone is perfect. There is definitely a peppery woody undertone to it. So it's like sweet with a deep kind of fruitiness and a woodiness. And it's just, I've never smelt anything else like it. It is incredible. It always throws very, very strongly. It's an incredibly strong throwing scent. 100% would get this again. I just love Winter Palace so much. Like, it is just one of the all-time amazing scents out there. If you like kind of complex pink sugar scents. Clementines and pink sugar from Super Tarts. So obviously it's clementines pink sugar. This I enjoyed a lot as well. In some ways, I'm not going to say it reminded me of this, because obviously it's not nearly as complex as Winter Palace. But because you've got the pink sugar and the sweet oranges in Winter Palace, it felt like there was some commonality. Not the same by any means, but that kind of citrusy scent with the pink sugar, they married well. Like I had them melting in 2 different parts of the house, and when they met in the air, it worked well. It's a really, clementine is one of my sort of favorite fruity scents, like favorite citrusy scents, sorry. Just the kind of juicy sweetness of it is really good, and it pairs really well with the pink sugar. So I did enjoy this quite a bit. Through pretty well, possibly a repurchase. Winter Palace definitely better, but that one was still good. Buttercream sugar cookie from Pumpkin Parcel. I really enjoyed this. This is a really nice bakery scent. It almost has a cocoa note to it, like not like chocolate, but like a dusting of cocoa. It's quite rich and decadent, like it's more than just a cookie. It's definitely yeah, it's like there's like a thick icing on it, and then like a dusting of like yeah, like of cocoa, you know. I really enjoyed it. I think it would be a good blender. I think it would blend well. And I actually probably would melt that one again solo. Like it was a really nice rich bakery, and it threw really, really well. I did Super Tarts Pink Sugar. I did a bit of pink sugar this week with pie crust. I know pink sugar pie crust is quite a popular blend. I think Pharmacist's Daughter has a very popular version, and it's been done by a few other vendors as well. I've had it from a few vendors. I haven't had it from Bathing Garden because I don't get great performance from Bathing Garden. But I've had it from a few vendors, and I can never smell the pie crust because I can pretty much never smell pie crust in anything. I actually could smell it in this combo. Not super strongly. I've made my peace with the fact pie crust is just not a strong bakery scent for me ever. No matter who, no matter how, no matter where. So this definitely was stronger on the pink sugar, but there definitely was like a buttery, flaky kind of bakery in the background with that one. And it was pretty good. I enjoyed the combo. The combo did throw pretty well. Like I was surprised at that. I was expecting the pie crust to water it down because there was only sort of half of a cube of pink sugar, but it threw pretty well. So even though the pie crust was not super strong in there, the overall scent was quite strong. I would possibly do this combo again. I mean, I've got 1 cube of pie crust, and I don't know, I don't know how to use it. Maybe I'll use it with Palo Santo. Anyway, I wouldn't get pie crust again just because I don't smell it. Pink sugar, I possibly would. I do like Super Tarts Pink Sugar. I'm just throwing clams all over the place right now. Got wax on the thing. Scoopable pumpkin pecan rolls. This is French baguette, fresh baked bread, and pumpkin pecan waffles. I really enjoy this. It's funny because this is a blend that, going back maybe 18 months or more, I would have hated this blend. I didn't like yeasty bread scents, which fresh baked bread and French baguette, that is a very yeasty heavy bread scent. And I didn't really love pumpkin pecan waffles either, and now I'm obsessed with it. So yeah, this is just absolute yeasty, bready with it. It's got a bit of sweetness and dessert-likeness from pumpkin pecan waffles, but it absolutely was a bread scent first and foremost. And I just loved it. It reminded me of, I feel like there's like these finger buns that some of the bakeries, local bakeries that I grew up around used to make, where the bun itself, it's a sweet bun, but it's a little bit, it's not like an uber sweet bun, like it's kind of more bready than anything. And then they load it up with icing. And while I couldn't smell the icing, I feel like this reminds me of what the bun smells like, where it's a little bit sweet, but it's still kind of like a white bread roll, you know? So I just realised I can see the moon out there. It looks quite bright and nice. Usually can't see the moon out my window. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. It threw quite strongly. And I think I would get that one again. I'm quite into that one at the moment. When Doves Cry from Scoopables. This is Lavender Tangerine blended with shaving cream. This was okay. I think I mostly get Tangerine, and I like Tangerine. I want to say mostly Tangerine. Like, Tangerine is the most noticeable part of it. I don't actually notice a Lavender, which is probably good because I don't feel like in my head Lavender goes with Tangerine. But anyway. So, it's like Tangerine and something kind of clean and clean and shaving cream like. So possibly Lavender's in that mix, but I just can't detect it. Like, yeah. Anyway, I enjoy it. It's an interesting kind of tangerine scent. It threw pretty well. Probably doesn't feel like a repurchase, but it's not bad. I'll melt that through this summer. Britta's Creepy Treasures Hannah Cranner. So this is Palo Santo roasted pine cones and pink sugar. This is so good. I love all of those oils. Probably I would have liked the roasted pine cones to come out a little bit more, because I love roasted pine cones. It's this beautiful outdoorsy kind of sweetened scent. It's really good. I'm going to get distracted by my hair again, but it is what it is. Yeah, so I do feel like the pink sugar kind of dialed it down a little bit, but it was still a really good blend. Just really nice pop of roasted pine cones. It threw pretty well. I think I would probably get it again. Although I think I got 2 souffles of it, so I think I got a little bit to get me through. Teddy Bees, Satsumas and Linen. So this is Satsuma mandarins, bergamot, exotic fruits and fresh linen. So, yep, love this. This is exactly the kind of citrusy scent I like. Clementines, tangerines, satsumas, and blood orange. So I'm not a fan of like orange itself. I find that that has some notes to it I don't love. And so I guess I'd like most citrus scents, I guess, if I think about it that way, but Satsuma is just so, mandarin's just so juicy. And like, it's got a sweetness to it, which I think oranges don't have. And there's something about Satsuma with, or like, yeah, that kind of orange scent with a linen. Like, I'm not the biggest linen fan, but those two sort of comboed together, really, really good. Really good throw. Definitely would repurchase. So I do have 2 souffles of that. Spiced Oat Milk Cafe Cubano. So this is one I talk about all the time. I think I melt it every other week. I only melt it in this office, generally speaking, because it's a scent it gives me so much comfort when I'm working that I reach for it all the time. I actually wanted, L3 had a restock overnight my time. I slept through it, but I went on when I woke up in the morning to see if there was anything left, and there was a few good things, but they'd sold out of the loaf of this, and I would have got a loaf. If the loaf had still been in stock, I would have got the loaf, because I just love it so much. I feel like, even though I'm not super familiar with oat milk, I feel like I really smell like a warm oat milk with just gentle spices. I don't really get coffee from it, but it's so cozy and so delicious. And it's my happy scent in my office. So, I mean, I don't need to rush out and get a loaf. I'm maybe almost halfway through this Bitty Betty loaf, and I've got another Bitty Betty loaf. So, but seriously, every second week I'm melting in my office. Like, that's just what I'm doing. Empire Alchemy, The Night He Came Home. So this is dark roasted coffee, vanilla crumb donut, vanilla rum cream, and birthday cake. This one I don't love on cold. Warmed up, it's okay, but it's kind of on the light side. Honestly, on cold, this one has a slight feet smell. It's really bizarre. I don't know where it comes from. Yeah, I don't understand. It doesn't smell like dark roasted coffee to me. It smells like bakery and feet. It's very, very strange. Warmed up, I couldn't even tell you what it does smell like, but it doesn't smell like feet anymore. But it's, yeah, it's a bit on the lighter side. So, not a repurchase, but it's not as bad as on cold. I was really worried I'd hate it. But, did I melt this solo? I think I did. So, pumpkin parcel strawberry pound cake. So this is one that she got when we did we all ordered, she placed an order from I'm sure there's a much simpler way to explain this. She placed an order from a US oil supplier, and we were all able to go on and pick the oils we wanted her to order, and then she poured wax for us and sent it to us. I just know there was an easier way to say that than how I said that. And so I don't know if this particular supplier is one that US vendors use a lot. I mean, I suspect some of them do because some of the oils were familiar. The strawberry pound cake, I would say I haven't smelled, so I guess vendors aren't using the strawberry pound cake from this particular place. It actually, if this one was sold as like strawberry milkshake, I would be absolutely on board. This one smells like a really rich, creamy strawberry milkshake. So there's nothing bakery about this one at all. But it is a really nice, creamy, milky strawberry. So for that, I enjoyed it, and it threw pretty well. But definitely not as a strawberry pound cake. It is not strawberry pound cake. The Queen's Dowry from Teddy B's. So this is strawberry pound cake, toasted marshmallows, pecan waffles. I love this one. I feel like there's a few vendors out there with strawberry pound cake, pumpkin pecan waffle type blends. This one is my favorite because I just love Teddy B's strawberry pound cake so much. And I love her pumpkin pecan waffles too. So 2 fabulous oils together with some toasted marshmallows. You can't go wrong. It's delicious. It throws really well. Although her strawberry pound cake is not the longest lasting of scents. But anyway. Love it. Forever will repurchase it. And it throws well at least for a few hours. Witches Be Crazy for strawberry pound cake from Teddy B's. So this is birthday cake, pecan waffles, sugar cookie dough, a pinch of cinnamon spice, vanilla, and strawberry pound cake. So I got this one because I love her pumpkin pecan waffle blends. I thought this one would be a good one to be kind of in the same family as the Queen's Dowry, but a bit different. I feel like you get a lot more of the spice and the sugar cookie dough and the birthday cake here. And I don't know if I love the spice notes with the strawberry pound cake. So this one was good, but definitely wasn't great. Definitely nowhere near as good as the Queen's Dowry for me. Yeah, birthday cake and sugar cookie dough can smell a bit artificial to me. And that's not always a problem for me with Witches Be Crazy. I've had Witches Be Crazy on its own. I've had it in some blends. I like it. But for some reason in this blend, more of that kind of artificial tones coming through, which I don't normally get. And the spice just doesn't quite sit right with the strawberry pound cake for me. So, look, it was not bad. But I just, yeah, definitely not like a favourite. It threw pretty well, but I don't think that one will be a repurchase. L3, caramel tobacco, vanilla cookies, pink sugar, and sugar cookie royale. Trying to get, there's a few loaves that are kind of close to finished, so I might pull this one again next week or the week after, because there's really not much left to that. This I'm not a big fan of. The smokiness smells a bit like an ashtray. And where's the ashtray? Where's the smokiness? So the caramel tobacco, for some reason, it's giving me kind of smoky ashtray vibes. And then, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of muddy and murky. The scent notes just kind of smoosh together. They don't like harmonize together, you know. The pink sugar just. Yeah, there's just something about this blend that didn't work, and I'm fairly certain there are other people that really like this one. So I think it's just me, but yeah, this one just did not work for me. I've kind of been melting through it and putting it in spaces I'm not spending much time in because it was a loaf. I don't know, I just thought I'd really enjoy it. I like caramel tobacco, I like pink sugar, but they just don't go together for me. So definitely not a repurchase. It throws pretty well. Cookie Therapy from L3. So this one is Santa's on Keto Pretzel Sugar Shortbread. I didn't spend much time with this time around, but I know I do like this scent. I haven't been reaching for it very much though. I'm not normally a pretzel lover, but this one, it just adds a kind of salty denseness, so it's a really nice kind of rich bakery. So yeah, I enjoyed this one. Like I said, didn't spend much time with it this time around. It usually throws pretty well. I don't know if I need to get Cookie Therapy on its own, just because I feel like I'm progressing through that loaf quite slowly. So I think once that loaf is done, I'll be done with it on its own. But I still get it in blends from time to time. It's not even... When I first got it, I was like, oh, I really enjoy Cookie Therapy, and I got a few blends and stuff like that. Now I'm kind of in a place where if the blend sounds really interesting, I'll probably grab it, but I don't need a huge amount of Cookie Therapy blends. Like, I'm at peace with that. I've done my dash with it, I think. Pink Signature Sugar Cookies from Teddy Bees. So this is pink sugar crystals blended with our signature sugar cookies. I really liked it. I don't think I've encountered a pink sugar bakery yet from Teddy Bees that I didn't like. Something about her pink sugar, just with bakery, it just goes off. It's sweet, and it's just the cookies and the pink sugar just offset each other into this just really delicious combo. I can't explain it, but I love it. Really good throw. I'd get this one again. My favorite pink sugar bakery scent from Teddy Bees is Boudoir. That's Palo Santo sugar cookies and pink sugar, and in that one the Palo Santo just sends it off the charts. So what I might do with that one next, because I haven't got any Boudoir, it wasn't in the most recent pre-order, which means it's going to be a while before I get my hands on it again, because I have no idea when it will come back. But I can probably mix some of my Teddy Bees pink Palo Santo, which I have, into that, and that might get me kind of close to Boudoir. So I'd be happy with that. The other one I did, so along the same lines, so Sweetheart Cookies from Teddy Bees. This is Pink Sugar Frosted Sugar Cookies Shortbread Birthday Cake Sweet Milk. I love this blend as well, but I will say this bag of it, which is not the first version I've had of it. I think I had a souffle maybe before this. I've had Sweetheart Cookies a few times. But what I found is this bag is not throwing super well for me. I don't know why. I have found before with like other vendors that sometimes the shapes that things are poured in can influence how it throws. I think potentially, and someone else may have confirmed this in the comments for me, but I feel like sometimes if things set really quickly, potentially, or they have like a thin and wide surface area as they set, maybe things evaporate off more. I don't know. But because this bag was so far, so this is not a super flat shape, but most of what was in here was like flat kind of tiles or pieces. I'm wondering if maybe that had something to do with it, because I just don't feel like the throw is there. It's such a delicious, it's more complicated than just a cookie scent, because it's got the birthday cake and the sweet milk, but at heart, it's a pink sugar cookie scent with a bit more of like an icing lean. So really, really love this one. I wish this bag performed better. But still, it's such a good scent. And I will get it again, obviously in a different format to that. She doesn't do these sorts of bags very often anyway. That was just like a one-off in a one-off extra in a ready to ship. Britta's Captain Jack Sparrow. So this one is Hipster Black Sea Palo Santo. I didn't like this one. Yeah. So I like Black Sea and I like Palo Santo, and I think I was hoping those two would kind of be the heart of this blend. But you get Hipster really strongly. And Hipster, when I was talking before about that kind of, you know, smells like a can of body spray sprayed in your face kind of masculine cologne scent, that is what Hipster is. And it's such a shame because the notes of Hipster sound so good to me, but it really just has that, it's a can of Lynx. Lynx is like the cheap male teenage body spray brand in Australia. I think Axe maybe is the equivalent. Anyway, I don't know. But it really smells like a can of that. And I can't smell a Palo, and I can just smell a touch of Black Sea, but yeah, it's just that body spray thing. It was very strong, but I yeah, not a fan of that one. This one was a little bit better. So this was Jason's. This was Hipster Vanilla Bean Marshmallow and Roasted Pine Cones. So this one, it definitely was better. It wasn't as overwhelmingly hipster as the other one. But it still came through too strongly. Like, I love roasted pine cones with vanilla bean marshmallows. That could have been so creamy and just amazing. But you just get that sharp hipster. So, yes, this one's definitely easier to melt because I could smell the roasted pine cones and stuff in there. But still, just don't love hipster. So, wouldn't repurchase. Super Tarts Merlin. So, this is, wax all over my fingers now. Silver Birch, Cashmere, and Vetiver. Again, gorgeous Silver Birch and Vetiver scent. I love Silver Birch and Vetiver. Just one of my all-time favourite oils. There's a warmth and a slight fuzziness, I think, from the Cashmere, particularly compared to other Silver Birch and Vetiver scents like Jolly St. Nick, for example. But it is mostly just Silver Birch and Vetiver. So I do enjoy this one. It threw pretty well this time. I think previously maybe performance hasn't been the greatest on this one, but this time it did fine. I probably would get it again someday. I've already had it before. There are other Silver Birch and Vetiver scents that I like as more or better, so it's not like top of my list, but I'd still consider getting it again. Street Wrap from Super Tarts. So this is fresh linen, mandarin oranges and warm sand, and fresh ozone. I tend to melt this one at the same time as Teddy Bears and Satsumas and Linen. I feel they're not the same scent, but because they've both got like mandarin and linen, they are definitely similar family. I think the Satsumas and Linen, I always have to say that really slowly in case I go Satsumas and Lemon. That one I feel like is a bit more fruity. This one has more of a warmth from the warm sand. But they're both amazing. They're great scents, like, because we are starting to get a little bit of that kind of nice spring weather through, like sunny days and stuff. They're just beautiful scents for a sunny afternoon. So love it, great throw. I've got multiple clams of it now, so it's just an absolute favourite of mine. I did Super Tarts Palo Santo and I blended it with this labelless bag, which is Magically Delicious, which is sweetened cereals, marshmallows, and sugary milk. So it's like a Lucky Charms, but to me it's more bakery than cereal. This blend, when I tell you that this needs to be a thing, this needs to be a thing. This combo is just, it is, my brain is failing me. Like, I love a good Palo Santo bakery. And this is absolutely an amazing Palo Santo bakery. But because it's magically delicious and not technically bakery, it's different enough that it stands out compared to a lot of those. Because Palo Santo bakeries can tend to all smell kind of similar. This one is different, but it's still distinctly a Palo Santo bakery-like scent. Like, and I just, because Super Tarts Palo Santo is really good. It's beautifully just woody and smoky and just amazing. It can get lost in a blend. It smells pretty strong on its own, but it can get lost in a blend. But it doesn't get lost in this. Like, you can smell both elements of it, and you can actually smell, like, just the magically delicious kind of picks up. It's pretty good for doing this with everything it blends with, to be honest. Like, it picks up the qualities of whatever you're blending it with, and it transforms into something else. And that it's just, that's what I really enjoy about Magically Delicious, and that's what I really love about it here, because it really just picks up and enhances and melds with the Palo Santo and gives it some creaminess and just gives it it was so I've done this combo at least once before. I'm trying not to use up all of my Palo Santo this way, but it's just a combo I keep wanting to return to. I really hope that Brandy picks it up and runs with it as a blend one day, because I would buy loads of it. Like, it's just so freaking good. So it threw quite strongly as well. I would definitely repurchase both of these scents, and I would definitely keep doing this combo. Like, it's just really, really good. If I can't keep, because I don't know if she's going to keep pouring her Palo Santo solo, although she does do blended clams, so I feel like it will return. I'll use a different vendor's Palo, because I just have to keep doing that combo. Southbound pink powdered donuts. So this is pink sugar fluffy fried pastry, crushed nutmeg, cinnamon, sweet vanilla, and confectioner's sugar. This is another loaf that I need to kind of push my way through and finish. Again, it's a really good pink sugar bakery. It's not my favorite pink sugar bakery. I do prefer those Teddy Bee cookie ones, but because I'm just not as big of a lover of donuts, but still it is really good. Really tasty and not too donut-like, which is good. Some fried donut notes I'm not like a huge lover of, but this was good. Froze pretty well. Although I don't know if I didn't spend enough time with it. I feel like maybe this time it only threw medium. The loaf is getting on in age. I think it's 2 years old now. And I might need to use it up. Like I feel like maybe it's not throwing as well as it used to, because I just feel like it didn't grab me this time, but still smells really good. Dessa's Haunted Doom Buggy. So this is charred mahogany, teakwood, sandalwood, and vanilla. This is really, really nice. Really lovely blend. It's a house blend. It's quite smoky and woody, but it's got a real beautiful sweetness to it. I guess from that amber vanilla. And the woody combo is good. Like it almost leans masculine, but it's just not quite, because mahogany and teakwood. Like I was a bit nervous about it because mahogany and teakwood, sometimes they get this really kind of harsh quality to it that I don't love, like a real masculine kind of vibe. But this one is woody. Like this one smells like woods. So yeah, I really, really enjoy this one. I would definitely get it again. Throw was medium to high. It did okay in here, but yeah. Anyway, love that. Tea Time Tarts, the Haunted Hayride. So this is Cider Lane, White Birch, Smoked Vanilla, Palo Santo, and Leaves. I rave about this one, I feel like all the time. Like this whole season. I've gone through like a whole bag of like little seashell things that she does, and then nearly finished this as well. I've actually just ordered a loaf, so that should be in my next forwarder box that comes. I did a few custom loaves from Tea Time Tarts, and that was in it. Because this is just like the most classic, amazing autumn scent that I've ever smelled. Like woody, smoky, slightly leaves-like, little pop of Cider Lane. It's incredible. Like I've never had any other blend that just hits that, like what I love about a fall scent. It encapsulates everything. So I just adore it. It always throws well. Like I said, I've purchased a loaf. It's just incredible. L3 ice cream scoop bread, sugared shortbread, and buttermilk pie. Wasn't a fan of it because I don't like ice cream scoop bread. I thought I'd try it because I do love buttermilk pie. But ice cream scoop bread has an almond, like a really nutty note to it, which I just don't like. I don't even know what is an ice cream scoop bread. Like, is an ice cream scoop with bread? I don't know what that is. But I don't like that oil. It smells a bit marzipan-like to me, and I don't like that. And then sugar shortbread and buttermilk pie, they just made it sweeter. So it threw well, but I wouldn't get it again. I wasn't a fan of that. The Pharmacist's Daughter Hole-in-One. So this is zucchini bread, blackberry jam, jelly donut. This one, my thing about this one is it smells amazing for about half an hour, and then it just goes down to smelling pretty good. The jelly donut note in it literally only lasts like 45 minutes max. It smells good. Like it smells delicious here, but it dies off really quickly. And then it's just a blackberry jam zucchini bread scent, which it's a good blackberry jam zucchini bread scent, but I've had better ones from other vendors. So yeah, if the fried jelly donut note carried through all the way through while it was melting, I would love this scent. But because it doesn't, I don't. It throws pretty well. Just not with the whole scent profile. But not a repurchase because, yeah, it just doesn't do what I want it to do. This one, on the other hand, is my all-time favourite jelly donut scent. So this is Starfleet from Super Tarts. I think this one's zucchini bread, is it? And sugar cookies and jelly donuts? I can't remember. All I know is it's a mixed bakery scent with jelly donut, and I can actually smell the jelly donut the whole way through it melting. I will say with this one, it does need a bit of cure time. The jelly donut, like when I first got the bag, I couldn't really smell jelly donut. I was like, oh no, it's going to be like that jelly donut scent that so many other vendors have that just doesn't last, or just I can't smell. But then a couple of months later, I started melting it again. I was like, no, that's really delicious. So, and it could just be that, well, no, this one's old enough and I never smelled the jelly donut. Like, the jelly donut never fixed. So, but there is something weird about jelly donut oils. Anyway, I feel like I've said jelly donut a lot lately, but it's so delicious because I can smell that with the other bakery elements. It's just, oh, it's great bakery, like one of my all-time favourite bakery scents. It's just a staple for me, really. Great throw. 100% will get this one again. It's probably got a new name. I don't know what that new name will be, but I will. This one is a candidate. I think I got this in Wax Wednesday probably last year, and this one would be a candidate for Wax Wednesday this year. Wax Wednesday is coming up in just over a month. I don't know how she's going to do it this year. You know, it's usually a bit different every year. I think last year she did like top 10 favourites in every category. If she only does band bags again this year, that's going to make things a bit tricky because I don't love band bags. This was not from Wax Wednesday, because that's got the wrong label. But that one would be a candidate for me for Wax Wednesday, even if she does just band bags. I'm hoping she does clams. I prefer clams. But yeah, things like I need to stock up on some fake and bake. I'm out of fake and bake, or nearly out of fake and bake. Starfleet, like, now that I've kind of done a few years with Super Tarts and I sort of know what my favourites are, things like Wax Wednesday are probably more there for me just to stock up on some of those classic scents that, you know, I just love. The Pharmacist's Daughter Lumberjack. So this one is Shaven Haircut Lumberjack and Graphite. Lumberjack is a kind of fall, fruity, slightly woody scent. It's quite nice. And this does smell mostly like that Lumberjack. It's got that kind of mixed fall fruits, like kind of apples and peaches and stuff, but it's a little bit more masculine. So I like this blend, but I probably would have just preferred Lumberjack on its own, without the additional Shaven Haircut and a Graphite. I feel like they don't help the blend. So yeah, it was okay, but yeah, I'd melt Lumberjack on its own. It's weird that the scent was called Lumberjack and it's got the Lumberjack oil in it, but it's not just Lumberjack. So anyway, not a repurchase, but it was fine. Scallywag from Super Tarts. So this is saltwater, cool water type seagrass and vanilla musk. It's a really nice aquatic scent. It smells like it's going to be quite masculine and cologne heavy, like with cool water and vanilla musk, but I feel like it's quite crisp and salty, you know? Like the salt water, I think, comes through quite strongly. So I feel like I do think there is a cologne element, but it really does feel like there's legit aquatic vibes that come from this one. So I really enjoy it. I get good throw from it. It reminds me a little bit of Super Tarts Mermaid, although I think that one was a little bit more floral leaning. I would get that one again. I do like that one, and it throws well. L3 Pumpkin Pecan Waffles, Palo Santo Sugar Cookie Royale Sugared Shortbread. Ooh, hair on the bag. It is an old bag. This one I love. It's just such a dense, amazing bakery scent with just a little bit of Palo Santo. I feel like Sugar Cookie Royale, the Sugared Shortbread is what really makes this one. It just gives it a denseness and a butteriness that blends with the other bakeries, and it's so good. This one is really delicious. I do think I need to melt this one up. I feel like I melted this one in the in the lounge room this time, and I feel like it was only medium throw. I think this one has done much better in the past, so it might be reaching its use by date. It was April 21 pour, so it's about 18 months old. So, yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I think vanilla bakery scents maybe don't quite go as long. It depends on the vendor. It's still throwing, don't get me wrong. I just feel like in the big open space, maybe it's not doing as well as it could. But I still would repurchase that one. It's very good. I did Vanilla Butter Fudge and Palo Santo from L3. Love this combo. It is so good. I've done this combo from Dessa's as well, and it smells really good there too. Vanilla Butter Fudge is a great bakery blender for Palo. Like so again, if you're looking for like Palo bakery scents, blends that are a bit different to your typical Palo bakery. So 1, Magically Delicious and Palo Santo from Super Tarts, and then 2, Vanilla Butter Fudge and Palo Santo, pretty much from any vendor. Just really, really good. Because, especially because the Vanilla Butter Fudge, it's not an overly sweet bakery. And I just feel like that goes really well with the Palo Santo. So, great throw, would do that combo again, would get those scents again. I am close to the end. So who are you from Super Tarts? So this is my throat. Hopefully that fixed it. Sea salt, cherrywood, tobacco, driftwood, lime zest. This is a really interesting kind of scent, but it doesn't throw well. This is one of the few Super Tart scents that I just don't get great throw from. Like kind of this deep, mellow lime with woodsy notes and a slight saltiness. It smells really good, but it is a subtle scent. So if this threw better, I would definitely get it again, but because it's not the greatest throwing scent, probably not. Vintage Cheek Scent Strawberry Cheesecake. So I melted this up here in my office. This was good and it did quite well. I've been having a lot of issues with Vintage Cheek Scents lately. It does not seem to do well in this house. Weirdly though, I think these, all of these cocktail bars that she does, all of them have done pretty well for me so far. They're all kind of single oils so that you can blend them. But I've done a bit of blending, but mostly I've been melting them solo. This is really quite yummy. This is a nice strawberry, creamy strawberry scent. It's quite zingy, like not in a fresh picked strawberry way, but I'm kind of not, I mean like not a real fresh picked strawberry way. I don't think I'm describing it really well, but it's just a nice strawberry bakery scent. Like a little bit of creaminess, but not overly creamy, not too sweet. Not like that crazy kind of plasticky, artificial, chapsticky strawberry. Even though it's not a legit strawberry, it doesn't smell like chapstick strawberry either. Yeah. No, I enjoyed it. I melted it up here in my office. I don't know if I would repurchase it, but I do like it. And the last scent, I don't even know why I'm talking about it because I do not remember it melting, was Harry from Super Tarts with fresh picked strawberries from Scoopable. The fresh picked strawberries kind of smells like kitty sort of. It's honestly, it smells different every time I smell it. Tonight it's smelling like, I don't even know what it's smelling like. It's kind of smelling like strawberry perfume. It never smells like real strawberries, but anyway. But yeah, I don't remember this melting. This bag of Harry has just been sad for me because as much as I love the scent, it's like Magically Delicious and French Baguette, it just never throws well. So I don't know what happened with this combo. Maybe it just didn't throw. But anyway. That's it. That's everything that I melted this week. So yeah, it was a bit more than I thought because I think I ended up working from home more than I planned to this week. So here's what it is. I'm going to leave it there because it's really late and as you can hear, my throat is just not playing ball. I hope you're all doing really well. I'll talk to you all again soon. Bye.